Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another episode for Raid Shadow Legends. Today in this video, folks, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be ranking up and leveling up some champions here on Raid Shadow Legends. And as you can see, I have done some work on the masteries. I still have lots to do. Kalia is probably going to be the last one that I'll do masteries for. I mean, she is in the clan boss team, but hopefully I get a better HP burn champion at some point. I personally would like to get my hands on Ignatius. I think I could use him, and he'd be more consistent with the HP burn on the clan boss, therefore he would do more damage to the clan boss, and so that's my plan. Gorgorab is fully mastered up, so he's got his masteries up. That I just invented that word. But yeah, I need to get him up to a 6-star 60 champion. I'm going to have to look at Miscreated Monster because I am kind of losing out by not using him. He does have some good skills to use. But the important part is I have now a team for the Minotaur where I can just replace one champion and just focus on that one champion's masteries and get him all the way up. It does cost a lot of energy to get that done, but I have it, and I'm happy. It took forever. I did use blue stacks as an auto clicker to just to run the Minotaur's Labyrinth over and over again. So at this point in time, I'm just going to be repeating this now. I showed you the masteries because, as you can see, at this point in time, Queen Ava's just ripping through the stage. So I'm doing stage 312, and she's more or less a 9th-second farmer. She will go through my energy like crazy. That's what she does. So the point I'm gonna be, I mean, what I'm trying to say is there was a time where this was a bit more, I suppose, enjoyable in the sense of it took longer for me to do this, so I felt like I didn't waste energy on this, or the energy lasted me longer, if that makes sense. Now, in order to level something up, it feels like she just goes too darn quick through the waves. It's good. It means I can level up things quicker, champions quicker. That's what I meant when I said things, but it does mean I can level champions up quicker. But I do like Queen Ava. She's a good farmer for the stage. Very efficient, as you can see, and unlike Bellower, not so gear dependent, so that is a big bonus. I do also use her in the arena. She does hit quite hard, and I do also use her in dungeons here and there for how hard she can hit, so definitely a pretty good champion to have. She doesn't have as much speed as the other specific dungeon champions, but then the gear on her is not as good as it could be, and so once I unlock and I'm able to do Dragon 20, I will look at making her go faster so that she can keep up with the other dungeon teams. That would definitely make a significant difference, and obviously that would also improve her damage. Now, I do have a gear set on her, an artifact set on her that does ignore some of the defense, which does make her hit harder, so I'm probably gonna stick with that if I can as I continue to improve her gear. I do want to continue using Queen Ava outside of the dungeons as well. Outside of the campaign is what I meant, in the dungeons. Potentially, hopefully, in the arena from time to time. But I think she's a bit of a glass cannon, so she does tend to go down quite quickly. So I don't know about the arena, but I know she can definitely do quite a bit of damage in dungeons. And even if it's in the potion keeps, still has her uses. She's got that heal reduction, which is amazing. She's got that block revive, which again is another amazing skill, very useful in the dungeons. So for the most of this video, what I plan on doing is I'm going to be leveling up some of these champions, and then I want to rank up some champions. I think I'm gonna have to make a decision whether I want to get closer to the Rhazin fusion or level up and rank up another champion. I do have 3 5-star chickens that I've managed to save up, so technically I only need another 2 5-star champions to get the next 6-star champion. The next 6-star champion is probably going to be either Gorgorab or Tomb Lord. Tomb Lord is my main debuffer at this point in time. I do like the defense down and attack down on him. Definitely comes in handy, and it's a good mix with Gorgorab's attack up, so it makes a big difference in dungeons in terms of the damage that my team can put out. So definitely want to keep these two guys together. I like the way it works out. So I can go with some of these 2-star champions, get these guys up. They don't take that much energy, and then look at getting them up to 3 stars, and maybe then getting some 3-star champions up to 4 stars. And then once I've got that, I'll have to decide which champion I'm pushing up to a 5-star. I'm very inclined to take one of the champions required for the Rhazin fusion, and that would leave me with only 2 champions to go, and then obviously to save up some energy and farm the arcane keep. I should have, well, I do have some of the force potions anyways. I'm not sure if I have enough to actually ascend all of the champions required for the fusion, but I'd say to get me at least halfway there, I should have enough potions. So, yeah, I think that's probably the best way of doing it. And then once I have Rhazin, Rhazin's also going to be useful. And so I could definitely add him into the team mix. Probably look at mixing them up and putting them in the Fire Knight keep. He does have a 3 hit ability, which will come in handy with Valkyrie's shield and counterattack. Valkyrie has a 2-hit on her A1, and I'm not quite sure who else I've got in the Fire Knight keep. I haven't really focused on that. I did play around with it just to kind of see what team comps I can put together with what I currently have. I'm getting closer to the end of that, but at the moment I want to focus heavily on the dragon keep and farm that 6-star gear so that I can get my champions to become more powerful. Once I do that, I'll, as I've said, probably focus quite a bit on the spider. I do need some good banners and stuff like that. I mean, what I have is not very useful, to be fairly honest with you guys, and I do need to work on that. It's yeah. So I reckon I'll probably end up spending somewhere along the lines of a month in the dragon dungeon trying to get some good gear. Obviously I'll also need a lot of money, and as far as I understand it, and I cannot verify that because I don't actually have access to it, but apparently Spider 20 is good for making silver, so apparently that's a thing. I'm not sure if that's true or how true that is, but slowly and steadily I'll get to that point, and I should be able to find out, I guess. So yeah, this is kind of like what this video is going to be about. It's just me doing this over and over again. I'm not going to do the whole video. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible. But I do, of course, need to do some leveling up. And it does have actually a dual purpose, this grinding of this particular stage. And that I'm also building up silver for the artifact enhancement event. I was gonna say tournament, but it's not a tournament, it's an event. So by making up the silver, I can then enhance whatever artifact I've got up to level 12. I do want to get that void shard from there. Whilst I do have some void champions, I like in terms of legendaries, I cannot say that I've got something that's ridiculously powerful or very good. So hopefully I can get my hands on one of those champions at some point in the future. I'm not expecting miracles or anything. I can definitely work with what I have, and in order for me to work with what I have, I do need to work on leveling them up, which is what I'm kind of more or less focusing on. I'm not expecting miracles, and every time you do open a void shard or a shard in general, it's just a gamble. So, you know, I'm not really a gambling person. I don't expect miracles to happen. It'd be nice, but, you know, most of everything that I've ever earned has been through hard work. So that's the way I'm gonna go about it. I like to be realistic. So also after some thinking, I think the way I'm gonna plan this video. See, I don't normally plan out the videos when I make them. I kind of go with the flow and kind of make it up as it goes along. But I think what I'm gonna do for this video is I'm just gonna be doing this kind of thing, just farming stage 312 for a good section of the video. Then I'll probably end it and continue doing it off camera. And then maybe in the next episode, what I'm going to be looking at is the leveling up side of things and see what else is available. Now, I do know that I'm due to have a clan boss key be generated, if that makes sense. So the timer on the regeneration for a clan boss key should be up by the next episode, if I'm correct. I don't know. I'm just making a guess here based off of what I remember last. I might not necessarily remember it correctly. If that's the case, I'll probably do that in the next episode after I finish leveling up whatever champion I decide to do at that point. So, I mean, this is the idea of what I'm thinking, what I'm playing around with in the back of my head. I don't actually know what I'm going to be doing and what champion I'll be leveling up. Clearly, I'm going to be leveling up a champion. I just don't know at this point in time what I want to do. As it stands, I do have something to work with in terms of the team. I'm kind of happy with how things have progressed. Bearing in mind how busy I've been, I have to say that I've been ridiculously busy. And so, as much as I would have liked to maintain the one video a day consistency, sometimes I've had to leave the channel without a video. It was only for one day or so like that, but the issue was, well, life just got quite busy. I've got another job to go to, an actual job that actually pays the bills. Don't get me wrong, I still make something off of YouTube. It's just not enough to call it a job. When I get to the point that I make enough off of YouTube to actually be able to pay the bills and have some money left over, because that's the end goal at the end of the day. You know, when you have a job, after paying all the bills, you want to have some money left over. I'll then look into consistently streaming. I've got like a generic idea that I've been toying with in terms of like schedules and stuff like that, so I'll probably do a, I don't know, 5-day stream or something like that. I would love to stream on Twitch. Unfortunately, I would not be able to do it consistently, so it's a bit of a bummer. I'd like to do that. I think engaging with a lot of the community around the channel on Twitch would definitely be fun, and I think I personally enjoy it. It's just the only reason I've not done it is because I wouldn't be able to be consistent, and I don't really want people spending money on subscriptions and stuff like that when I cannot do it consistently, when I cannot have and uphold a consistent schedule. And what's nice about YouTube is I can make videos in bulk, then upload them in bulk, prep them and all that, and then schedule them for release so I can get a video a day. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to be consistent on YouTube as well. So the way I do it through my job is I'll go however many days at work, during those times that I'm at work and I'm not at home and I'm more or less gone for most of the day, I tend to have videos that are scheduled to release. The days that I have off, I spend my time thinking of what videos to make and making those videos. And when I say making the videos, in the process of making, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So it's the recording side, and then the editing side, the processing side of the video, where you render the video to its final product, then the uploading, making thumbnails, putting in all the right information and making sure that the video's description, the video's tags and all that stuff has the right information in it. And I know I said, this just remind me, I know I said at some point that I'd do merchandise, and I will, but that goes to show you how busy things have been. I've prioritized having content up on a daily basis over getting the merchandise out, and so that's why the merchandise hasn't yet appeared on the channel. It will do in due time. I don't know how busy I'll get on my week off at the end of this month, but if I have time, I will, of course, try and make at least a start on it. I'm not going to try and promise anything, but I will try and make a start on it. Now, if Arc Genesis does not get released on that week, then probably that's what I'll do. But I've also recently started going to the gym to get a bit healthier. So I know it's only an hour, but it's an hour at the gym that I spend a day, and more or less an hour on travel to the gym and back from the gym. So that's kind of like 2 hours, which does sometimes complicate how much I can do. It's amazing how 1 or 2 hours can make a massive difference in terms of what you can do there. It does not sound like a lot out of 24 hours, but it does have an impact on the amount of things that I can do. I mean, to me, from where I'm standing, from my perspective, there's just not enough hours in a day for me to do all the stuff that I set out to do for that day. And I mean, it's a bit frustrating at times, but at the same time, you know, I'm realistic, and I do realize that sometimes I do tend to bite off more than I can chew, so I don't let that get me down too much. It's just I would like to do more than I end up doing by the end of the day, and obviously things that are unexpected tend to pop up and complicate stuff, and it's just the way it is, isn't it? But yeah, I did go on to a bit of a rant there. But yeah, I will continue looking, hopefully by the end of this year, and I'm kind of being sarcastic here, I will have the merchandise up. It's not as easy as it seems. I do all the editing, all the processing, all the like logos and all the thumbnails. I'll do it all by myself, so I'm more or less a one-man army and one-man team, and I just have to kind of find ways and time around it. Sometimes the way I do it is just with 3 hours of sleep, but hey ho, you know, things must go forth, and I must continue. Okay, so coming up on 18 minutes approximately since I started recording. That means I'm kind of getting close to the end of the video. I do realize there's nothing informative. I don't know. I think there is some sort of information there. It depends on what people find useful. It's not a guide is what I wanted to say. But I do want to try and mix up some gameplay with guides. Of course, I'm going to keep the guides going. It's what the channel is focused on. But equally speaking, I also enjoy playing games for real, so that's something I wanted to do. I just remembered I was doing, or I started or attempted to start a Let's Play series for Need for Speed, which didn't go down too well, simply because I'm having some issues with the recording software and how it records, and that there are problems with the audio recording, not from my perspective as a commentator, but with the audio recording of the game. And so while I did waste money on getting the game, unfortunately, I haven't figured a way out to actually record the game properly without any problems in the audio. And so I think I'm going to end up dropping that, which is a shame because it's a game that I liked and I would have liked to have made a playthrough series for that. But unfortunately, if I can't make the videos for it, I don't tend to play it. Not even in my spare time. See, that's another thing. That would have been a game I could have streamed if I were to stream. But unfortunately, I don't stream. With that being said and done, I'm going to kind of end the video here. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. Join me in the next one where hopefully by then I should have enough champions ready to rank up and level up. If you have enjoyed it, please don't forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel, who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. And of course, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment for myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.